Welcome back to the channel. If you've been here, you already know. This isn't about hype. This isn't about motivation that fades by tomorrow morning. This is about becoming a man who can actually carry weight, responsibility, pressure, expectation without folding. Last week, we talked about standards. But now we're stepping into a different arena. Because it's one thing to be consistent when life is smooth, and it's another thing entirely to stay solid when life starts pushing back. This week's series is called Becoming Unshakable. The man pressure can't break. And today we're starting with this truth. Most men don't fail at the beginning. They fail when it gets hard. Why progress triggers resistance internal plus external? Every time you decide to level up, something pushes back. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because you're doing something different. Think about it like this. A man decides he's going to wake up earlier, eat better, move with purpose, stop wasting time. At first, it feels good. There's momentum. There's clarity. But then, suddenly, things start happening. You get more tired than usual. People around you start questioning what you're doing. Old habits start whispering louder than they ever did before. Distractions multiply. Doubt creeps in. That's not coincidence. That's resistance. It's like a man trying to leave a crowded room. The closer he gets to the door, the more people he has to push past. The pressure increases, not because he's lost, but because he's almost free. Internally, your mind is used to comfort. It wants to protect what it knows. Externally, your environment is used to the version of you that required less. So when you start changing, both your mind and your environment push back to restore what's familiar. And if you don't understand that, you'll think the resistance means you should stop. But the truth is, resistance is often proof that you're finally moving in the right direction. Pressure test every man faces. Every man, whether he realizes it or not, will face what I call a pressure test. It's not scheduled. It doesn't come with a warning. It shows up right when you start to feel like you're making progress. It might look like setbacks, delays, unexpected problems, emotional exhaustion, situations that don't make sense. And in that moment, you're being tested. Not tested on what you say, but on what you actually are. Think of a bridge. From a distance, it looks solid, it looks strong, but no one truly trusts that bridge until weight is placed on it, till pressure is applied. Because strength isn't proven in appearance, it's proven in resistance. Your life works the same way. Anybody can talk discipline when things are easy. Anybody can move with confidence when there's no opposition. But when pressure hits, when things get heavy, that's when the truth shows up. The pressure test doesn't ask, what do you believe? It asks, will you still stand when it costs you something? How weak identity collapses under stress. Here's where most men break. Not because they lack ability, but because they lack identity. If you don't know who you are, pressure will define you. A man who builds himself on feelings will collapse when those feelings shift. A man who builds himself on validation will collapse when that validation disappears. A man who builds himself on results will collapse when those results slow down. Because everything he depends on is unstable. It's like building a house on sand. It might look good for a season. It might even feel strong for a moment. But the second the storm hits, it doesn't stand a chance. Now compare that to a house built on rock. The storm still comes. The wind still blows. The pressure still hits. But the foundation doesn't move. Identity is your foundation. And if your identity is rooted in discipline, responsibility, and purpose, not emotion, not approval, not comfort, then when pressure hits, you don't collapse, you hold. Weak identity says, this is too much. Strong identity says, this is part of it. Reframing hardship as confirmation, not punishment. This is the shift that changes everything. Most men see hardship as a sign that something is wrong. They think, if this is getting harder, maybe I'm not meant to do this. But what if it's the opposite? What if the difficulty isn't punishment, but confirmation? Think about a sword being forged. It's not shaped in comfort, it's shaped in fire. Heated, hammered, pressured, over and over again. Not to destroy it, but to refine it. Now imagine if that steel could think. It would probably say, why is this happening to me? Why is it getting hotter? Why am I being struck again and again? What it doesn't understand is, it's being transformed into something stronger than it was before. That's what hardship is doing to you. The pressure you feel, the resistance you face, The moments where you want to quit. Those aren't signals to stop. They're signals that you're being shaped. Once you start seeing hardship as confirmation, as proof that you're in the process, instead of punishment, you stop running from it. You start standing in it. So when it gets hard, and it will, don't be surprised. Don't take it as a sign to slow down. Don't interpret it as failure. Understand what it is. It's resistance because you're moving. It's pressure because you're being tested. It's discomfort because you're growing. And in those moments, you have a decision to make. Fold, like most men do. Stand like the man you said you wanted to become, because the truth is simple. Anybody can start. But very few can continue when it stops feeling good. Be one of the few. If this message hit you, don't just sit on it. Drop a comment. I want to hear where you are in your journey. Like the video so this message reaches more men who need it. Share it with someone who's on the edge of quitting right now. And most importantly, subscribe, because we're building something here. Step by step, week by week. Let's get to 100 subscribers this month. This is the Ordinary Guy 2.0. Responsibility before ego. See you next time.